What is going on, Roland Empire here, guys? Giving you a video of a review for Men in Black International. That name alone is a franchise. It is a marketing tool. You know Men in Black. You know how this started out with Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. How it's gone a trilogy, and then the third one took a while to make. Like a lot of Will Smith thirdologies, trilogies of them would take, and had that one had Josh Brolin, but Will Smith kind of centered everything. And now this time, the studios decide, well, we can't really bring them back. That's what I hope. I wonder, or you know what? It was enough. That it's just, you want to continue making a new take. Well, you know, it's just, we got to still make something of the franchise. Well, they did something new, and they added the Thor Ragnarok crew of Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth. And you would think, okay, like, yeah, this could be a match made in heaven. They have comedy, chemistry kind of thing. It's just, let's still bank on this and give it a franchise expanding lore, and bring in more creativity into this franchise so we can come up with trailers. I gotta admit, there's some parts that chuckled, some parts could have been better, and that kind of stuff. And this one centers where Tessa saw something that the agency obviously didn't want her to see. They bring her into question, sort of speak like that, and she kind of wants to be a part of the group, and then somehow Chris Hemsworth, is like one of the best, but as a character, it's weird. It's like, sometimes your character could be one thing but still be good at your job, kind of thing. Okay, your character personality could be something, but your job is one of the best things. And then somehow they're forced to team up, and that's what, the butting heads, the conflict starts. It's just their personalities. They have to force them to team up, and it's just, they can't really agree on so many things, and that's kind of like, with the story kind of goes. And Chris Hemsworth has this also story where what also kind of makes him the person he is going to eventually unravel. It's going to eventually kind of, conflict with him as the story goes on, as what he sees, and in the story that goes on, he kind of just, it makes him realize, certain decisions, that kind of stuff. And it's just a film that, like, it could, it could have worked, and it's all there. It's like, why can't they do this again? Okay, why couldn't they do what they did and do it in this film, do this in this one? With Thor Ragnarok, you can understand how they can have creative, energetic, comedic chemistry. In this one, it's just more, it felt very comedic. It felt like very, the studio wanted to put their hands on the film because they wanted to give a certain product, just because money. It's all about the money. And yeah, just these characters, it's not the same element. It shows that you need certain people for the spark, the magic to just work. And then also whoever they got for written, these aren't the best characters. Tessa's a lot of stubborn. Chris, where it is the bunch of the two, where he's the better one, obviously, and his comedic chops still show a bit here. It's just a character you can't really sympathize with, kind of like you want to, but it's hard to pick. And they try to work with one another, but it's not really, it doesn't meld that well. It doesn't meld with the chemistry is trying to seem like, oh, don't they have the greatest? No, it's just, it's something that, with some fleshing out, maybe just a better written kind of like personality just for these actors, it could be better, but it wasn't that. And seeing the mythology, the lore kind of expand, that's interesting. It's kind of knows more of what goes on with the world that they have. And then just seeing, some characters here and there give it as best as they could to kind of give a performance, and still having a roots of the Men in Black. This feels like is in the universe, but it's just not the better side. It's not the better side of this franchise. And it's just the thing that is, it's you had a lot of the stuff, but a lot of the importance of the film, wasn't like that for people that just thought, well, we want to make a buck again. It just feels like this was made quickly for a buck, and it's just something to set up, a franchise again. A franchise where, like, well, now let's give a different take. You rushed it, and you kind of just, you get the consequences. And yeah, I wanted to try it. Like, I had chuckles. I had some chuckles. I had some creativity with the characters that come along the way. Some villains with the way they interact with the heroes. But a lot of this just feels like it was like a product placement, in a way where like, well, we need to write something because it fits into their personality kind of thing, and just and even like what a certain story is, it felt very Men in Black. Like it felt like a premise for Men in Black, but there's so much thrown, like so much you have to kind of like invest in like characters and arcs kind of thing, that it's just you're like, it's not as warrant, it's not as guaranteed, it's not as earned as like it could have been. So yeah, it's just like it's it's an entertaining mess of a film there. It's an entertaining mess of a film, and I'm gonna have to give Men in Black International a C plus. Let me know, guys, what you thought. You know, is this the worst for you in the franchise? Did you love it? You know, it's one of the worst or one of the best for you. All this in the comments below. And as always, Roland Empire, laugh, smile, repeat.